Hello and welcome back. Once again, it's time for the Golden Age of DC Comics 365 Days, where I take this beloved hardcover coffee table book given to me about 2 decades ago by one of my best friends. It has been surfing my coffee table ever since, and it's been a constant source of comic book shop style conversations that I wish to have with you here today. This is an Abrahams Press 2004 publication. This is written and curated by Chip Kidd, Les Daniels, and Geoff Spear. You can find the link in the description to Amazon, and you can get your own copy at a reasonable price. It makes a great gift, I know that, or it will look great on your coffee table, and you can play along at home. The Golden Age of DC Comics runs between 1938 and 1955. The Silver Age from 1956 until 1970. The Bronze Age, I'm a Bronze Age baby, from 1970 until 1985. And the Copper Age begins in 1985. And what goes better with a coffee table book and coffee table talk than some freshly brewed, delicious coffee? This is Tanzanian pea berry, and it fuels my day. I love this stuff. That's good. That's a good cuppa. As always, I like to start off the show with what I call the escapism caveat. Activism is very important. The world needs help. The people in this world do need help. And activists are usually well-intended. But lately, they've been encroaching into our fandom spaces and taking advantage of and using our fandoms as a platform to disseminate their social messages. I can respect that, but I don't have to like it. I don't have to hate it either. I can respect that it exists and simply wish that they could stay in their own lane. Activism has its space and has its place, but guess what? Escapism does as well. I truly, truly believe that we need to leave the world's problems behind just for a few moments in a day. Be someone else with our imaginations. Go to a different place. Have superpowers. Fight space aliens. Be a pirate. Take down a gangster organization, or even be a gangster. Be a race car driver. Whether it's our sports, our movies, our music, our art, or our comic books, escapism is a vital, an important part of our daily lives. And activism can be quite bullyish lately, and coming into our fandoms and telling us how to enjoy our lifelong loves. And so stand up to bullies and say, no, you're important, and so am I. And it's okay to say that, and it's okay to feel that way. I mean, all this constant preaching and screeching, it's all lecturing. I don't open a comic book to be lectured at, or to see proper models of modern social behavior and mores. No thanks. I mean, they're just adventures. I'm taking a break. I'm reading a funny book. Leave me alone for a couple of minutes. Everything doesn't have to be. I mean, I'm sorry, but activists are just so needy that they call you a racist or a phobe, or if you don't fall in line with what they're putting out there. It's so distracting. And but you remember, activism is important, and they need to do their thing. But can't they do it somewhere else? They can, and that takes a conscious choice, and it takes us standing up for ourselves and our fandoms. But let's get to the point of the show. We're using this book for its intended purpose. It's a 365 days book where we're going to open up to today's date. We're going to look at some comic book art. We're going to read the blurb, and then we're going to talk about comic books. And we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So let's get to it. It is July the 8th. El Ocho Julio. I hope I said that right. Me gusta mi gente. Haha, I speak a little Spanish. I'm a chef. It is July 8th. This is story by Bill Finger, pencils by Bob Kane, inks by Jerry Robinson and George Russos. And this is from Batman, issue number 8, December of 1941, January of 1942. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels. And we usually have a clean gutter here, except for that one in the center where the voice bubble breaks the gutter. But we have Batman and Robin, and then we read these in sequence. And then you have people leaving a house. You have this person with green hands and a yellow jacket. You have the newspaper, which is probably showing the headlines of this individual. And then it says, "Meanwhile, a dreadful change comes over Professor Ross. He is now known as Professor Radium. I need more volatile. I'm mad. I'm crazy. The cursed radium. My hair is falling out. The radium is beginning to wreak havoc on my body. I want to murder. Wait, what's the matter with me? The radium, it's eating into my body, into my brain. I'm going mad." How'd you like that voice? I should be in cartoons, huh? My mom always said I had a great face for radio. So let's read the blurb. It's July the 8th, and I hope you're having a great day, and I hope everything's going well for you. I really do. Mad scientists made attractive antagonists for superheroes who were not fairly matched against ordinary criminals. Superman's Lex Luthor and Captain Marvel's Dr. Sivana were exceptional examples whose ingenuity transcended genre expectations. They had a new idea every week. More typical was Professor Radium, seen here having an epiphany. I'm mad, ha ha ha, I'm crazy. Trying to defeat death with radioactivity, Professor Radium revives himself, but finds that his touch is fatal. Writers threatened to bring him back, but he dwindled into obscurity instead. The most memorable thing about Radium's sole appearance is this unusual arrangement of panels. Let's look at this arrangement of 8 sequential art panels, each one progressing the story a little bit with art and dialogue and narrative caption. Those are the secret ingredients of a comic book page. Indeed, sequential art. It would be a good time to remind you, maybe pick up a copy of Understanding Comics, The Invisible Art by Scott McCloud. It will succinctly break down the elements of comic book pages in the art of making comic books. They're and it's told as a comic book. It's a graphic novel. It's really awesome. It even says, back in the day, comics were around. Hieroglyphics, telling stories with images in sequence, and so sequential art has been an important storytelling device since the dawn of time, since the dawn of history, since this is recorded history. And the mad scientist is a stock character of a scientist who is described as mad or insane, owing to a combination of unusual or unsettling personality traits and unabashedly ambitious, taboo, or hubristic nature of their experiments. As a motif in fiction, the mad scientist may be villainous, the evil genius, or antagonistic, benign or neutral, may be insane, eccentric, or clumsy, and often work. Excuse me, my coffee. and often works with fictional technology or fails to recognize or value common human objections to attempting to play God. And it says, I'm reading from the wiki, and one of the prototypical fictional mad scientist was Victor Frankenstein, creator of his eponymous monster, who made his first appearance in the 1818 novel Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus by Mary Shelley, which is also pretty much the first science fiction book ever made. Yeah, by a lady. There have always been ladies in science fiction and in fandom. Always. Yeah, it's true. In 1896, H.G. Wells published The Island of Dr. Moreau, which his titular doctor, a controversial vivisectionalist, had isolated himself entirely from civilization in order to continue his experiments in surgically reshaping animals into humanoid forms. And this is a great one from here. I like this bit. A recent survey of 1,000 horror films distributed in the United Kingdom between the 1930s and 1980s reveal mad scientists or their creations have been the villains of 30% of the films. Scientific research has produced 39% of the threats, and by contrast, scientists have been the heroes of a mere 11%. And of these films, yeah, and the mad scientist. It's a fiction trope, and it's a reliable bad guy for our heroes. And you know what? We've been talking about comic books, and we're going to be talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page. Like and subscribe. Turn on those notifications. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. We talk about comic books. We talk about cooking. I am a professional chef. I have a playlist that's called What's Cooking. Apparently, my soups are so good, I am now referred to as the Sultan of Soup. Yes, that is something that I'm honored with. Yes, a title that I'm honored with. I'm also an amateur theologian, an ordained minister, a spiritual guy. We get spiritual here. We talk about gratitude. We talk about spirituality. It's hashtag lighten up. It's how a little enlightenment can go a long way in your daily existence. And so tune in. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again in the funny pages tomorrow. Cheers. Bye-bye.